Hot take, but the fastest way to get better at pickleball isn't just playing more games. It's actually drilling. When you prioritize drilling, you'll realize you get a lot more touches on the ball compared to a game, and you get to practice specific skills.
In this video, we're gonna go over the absolute best two-person drills to skyrocket your game. Let's get into it.
It's an absolute pet peeve of mine when people just warm up their dinks by sitting in the same spot and hitting to the same spot. This drill that I'm about to teach you is going to make you practice hitting specific areas on the court, and this drill is called Battleships. So how this is gonna work is we each have 4 cones set up in our areas. You can play this straight on, cross court, however you'd like. We have it cross court right now. How it's gonna work is each one of these cones is one of our battleships, and the whole goal of this drill is to move your opponent around and try to sink all of their battleships. So we're gonna start with a cooperative feed, and if you win the rally, you get 1 point. If you sink a ship, you automatically get 3 points. That's 1 point for me, only 1 because neither of us sunk a ship. So we'll go ahead, keep going. So I hit a ship. Now I have 3 points for that rally, so it's 4-0. So because I sunk the ship, we're gonna take that ship away, and now we keep going. So on and so forth until one person gets to 10, then they win. The next drill we're gonna do is another dinking drill, but what I love about this is it adds a little bit of a pressure element, which really translates to game play. This drill is called Tug-of-War. So how it works is you can set up across the net from your partner. We're doing this cross court, but you can do this straight up as well. Now here's the catch. We both start the game with 5 points. So it's 5-5. You're gonna do a cooperative feed to start, and it is just dinks only. So we're gonna go ahead and dink cross court, play half court, and if you win the rally, you get a point, and simultaneously the other person loses a point, and I hit it out. So now the score is 6-4. Go ahead and keep going. And if I hit a ball like in the net, for example, now the score would be 7-3. You're gonna go all the way until one of you gets to 10-0. Now to make the game more fun, if you wanna add a little bit more elements to this, you can play the same game, but only allow speed ups out of the air. So what that could look like is, again, you're dinking cross court or straight up, and you can only initiate out of the air, and then the point's live. Everything stays the same with the scoring, but this just adds an element to add attacks. This next drill is one of the funnest ones to do, and it's called winner. So what this helps you practice is understanding which ball is actually the put away, and it helps you become more patient with setting up a point. So how it works is you're gonna be across from your opponent at the kitchen line. You're gonna start with a cooperative feed, and the ball's live. You can add any kind of lob, whatever. You're trying to win the point, but here's the catch. You have to call winner before the winning shot. Now, if you call winner and the ball is a winner, you get a point. However, if, for example, you call winner and that ball wasn't the winning shot, you actually get a negative point. And if you win the rally but nobody calls winner, nobody gets a point. So this is how it works. So we're gonna start with a cooperative feed, and again, the ball's live. So I won that, but I didn't call winner. So I don't even get a point for that. So here we go, another cooperative feed, winner. And because I called winner and it wasn't the winning shot, I get -1 and you have 0. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start again. -1 to 0.
Winner.
Now because he won that and said winner, he gets a point. So now it's 1 to -1. First person to 7 wins. This next drill is one of my favorites because it translates to gameplay so much, especially when you're at the baseline trying to work up to the kitchen. This drill is called Trouble. So how it's gonna work is you're gonna be at the baseline and your opponent's gonna be at the kitchen. They're gonna go ahead and throw the ball up in the air and hit a big overhead, simulating that you and your partner are back here and in trouble trying to work your way back into the point. This is gonna kind of teach you how to know when to just get the ball over the net and when to get the ball over the net and advance forward and take space onto the court. Once we get here, the ball's live. You can speed up and try to keep the point going. And basically you're gonna go back and forth. Once this person makes it up, your opponent's gonna go back and now you're gonna be the person doing the overhead. This next drill is an all-time favorite and it's called 7-11. So how it works is you're gonna have one person at the baseline. They're trying to work their way up to the kitchen line and win the point, and you have your opponent at the opposite baseline. They're doing their best to keep you back and ultimately win the rally. Now here's the catch. If you're the person at the baseline, you automatically have the disadvantage. So you're trying to get 7 points. You're trying to win 7 rallies and then you win the game. However, if you're the person at the kitchen line, you have to win 11 points. Again, you have a little bit more of the advantage here. So we're gonna show you guys what this looks like. So he's gonna feed. I'm gonna try to work my way up. And then if I miss, he gets 1 point and now it's 1-0. Again, he's gonna feed. I'm gonna try to work my way up and he misses it, then it's 1-1. Again, I have to get 7 points to win, but he has to get 11 to win. So whoever gets to their respective finish line first wins the game. Now this last drill is really fun because it simulates pretty much all the shots that you'll use in a game, and it's called serve, return, slide. So how it's gonna work is you're going to serve cross court like you would in a normal game, but the only difference is we turn to play skinny singles right in front of each other, meaning he has to return in front of him because I'm sliding over immediately after I serve to play straight up. So this is what it's gonna look like. And then once we get to the kitchen, everything is fair game. So then you play the point out. So if I lose, I don't get a point. You only get your point on the serve. And then it go ahead and goes to the other side. So you serve on the same side that you would with the points that you particularly have. Oh! So then he would get 1 point, I'd have 0. First to 11 wins. Thanks so much for watching this video, and make sure you like and subscribe to the PlayPickleball.com YouTube channel.
And as we mentioned in the beginning of the video, we're giving away $1,000 worth of Selkirk store credit, split evenly between 5 lucky winners. To enter, click this link. You can also find this link in the description below. We'll see you on the next one.